Papa God,
happening now at Tanikunte Street. Taxis burned down to ashes that they don't want to see yellow color by the voices happening now to the street live. Happening now to the street. Taxis that they want to see taxis. They don't want to see the existence of taxi happening now Tanikunte Street. Please, people should pray for us in Bamenda. Happening now in Bamenda.
So I need to ask any person for go place a jumbo with life. It's on shit, no white last point gone for your face. At the end of the day, you want to go home in one piece. That is important. So Tanto Goldberg again, it talks as for me, I want make them continue for burn the taxi them because this one go make harm. The driver then go stop for the Heleb Amber boys them for carry their guns and pinge, I mean petrol. For go give them, and this one, if you reduce the amber craze for Bamenda quick. But of course, that is why we celebrate this idea for who thinks say why would I think say are the champion this idea for this taxi thing. Show now, which one I mean. And they always show that picture, that blue and white taxi picture. Make people that they see, I mean they know. Say now wait that way the amber tells the one that because whenever they see that blue and white taxi, they give them you know how when you just see some picture so your belly turns there you get hot shit. I don't know how to call them. It make them you just feel like say you need for go toilet right now. But even if you go for toilet, nothing no will come out. It just make your bowels the move. It just cramp up every muscle in your body out of hatred and anger. It incite some very powerful emotions in you. All the taxi people, them, all the Bamenda population, where they use taxi, of course, this policy is not affecting the wealthy. Any person, if you afford 5 or 6 million francs to buy a private motor for Wakaye inside Bamenda and you picking them, it not affect you. It not affect you. But all man, where you not get enough money for buy motor, if you ride now Okada, it affect you because that ban on Okada affect you. Okay? And now the means of transport for Abazona tell us that if you get a taxi or you take taxi for go market, for go hospital, for travel around, for go school, this nonsense where they do affect you whether you like them or not. Prices will go up because as I speak, many taxi drivers they don't really remove their motor them out of the Anglophone zone, they send them for Francophone zone. So this communique with the Minister for Public Works, it don't release them. It confirms say the World Bank, it don't release 30 billion francs CFA for fix the roads them inside Bamenda. And it give the money now for Cameroon government. It no give for the multiple Ambazonia terrorist Facebook presidents them. What did that one tell Wuna? The international community, he understand what will go on the ground. And yet, they understand to say Cameroon be one and indivisible. Said the sovereign authority for Cameroon, it be now for Yaoundé, when the Cameroon government, it control that territory. Upon all the hundreds of thousands of other projects them, where they table and for them for sponsor them, they sponsor this particular one, knowing fully well say the money could go now for Cameroon government, and the Cameroon government it will go execute the project for Bamenda. They understand say Bamenda is then inside the former British Southern Cameroons, where these multiple Facebook presidents they call themselves presidents them. But why the international community continue to recognize Cameroon as one and indivisible? Why may I record this audio for now today, number 23 for June 2024? Now for confirm which way we don't always tell una. Say the noisemakers the way they did for Facebook, they fool una. Cameroon it move ahead, full steam ahead. They will fool una say, oh, they don't do international diplomacy, they did for diplomatic offensive. They said they don't make up, they don't spoil market for Cameroon. Cameroon no fit get loans for international community. Oh, Cameroon no fit do this. They don't internationalize the struggle or whatever. All of that noise, what will be the result? They will talk say Cameroon no fit acquire loans, right? Cameroon no fit do this. Say they don't make the world don't do this. They are United Nations. They can't separate Cameroon.
I now invite His Excellency Philomen Yang, who has just been elected President of the General Assembly at its 79th session, to take the floor.
Just this same month for June 2024, when I don't see how the United Nations General Assembly, they elect an Okuman, the former Prime Minister Philemon Yang, for be the president of the 79th session of the General Assembly, Cameroonian.
Mr. President, thank you for giving me the floor. It has been 79 years since the United Nations was created by the Founding Fathers, with the General Assembly as an important body among the 6 main organs which each year elects a president to lead his works. I feel that this election is a great salute to the unity and solidarity of our group and the African Union in particular, which has spared no effort to achieve the choice of a single continental candidate, thus corroborating its well-known legendary discipline in terms of candidacy. I also feel that this election is a great recognition of the Central African states, which endorsed Cameroon very early on at the Economic Community of Central African States Summit held in Kintele, Republic of Congo on January 19, 2022. In addition, as underlined in my letter of intent and commitment, my present election is also a great honor for my country, Cameroon, a ward of the United Nations, and for the maturity of its diplomacy of presence and active participation on the international scene. Moreover, this election is without a doubt a great tribute to my head of state, President Paul Biya, whose wisdom and pertinence of views are regularly expressed from the rostrum of our General Assembly.
And I don't see how the United Nations General Assembly, they elect an Okuman, the former Prime Minister Philemon Yang, for be the president of the 79th session of the General Assembly, Cameroonian. When I think saying that the so-called Ambazonians, they be table the application or your candidacy to the United Nations, who first submit them for United Nations? Who know them? They get seat for UN? The answer is no. The paperwork, it will be compiled by the Presidency of the Republic and it be filed at the African Union since 2022, January 2022, for provide a Cameroonian of caliber to stand as the next president of the General Assembly. And it no go just go for there for represent Cameroon, it represent the African bloc, as they call them, because the United Nations, it be divided into blocks. You get the North American bloc, the South American bloc, you get the Asian, the European, and then you get the African bloc, and all of those blocks them. So the presidency for General Assembly, they rotate block by block of the United Nations bodies them. So what will happen? I say, it be being that Africa you turn for take over the presidency of the United Nations General Assembly. And so within the African continent now, the countries them, they will start submit their candidacy. Each country, it will get the opportunity for submit one person for that their country, where it go fit then be selected by the African Union for represent the African bloc as the president of the General Assembly for 1 year. Now, the Cameroon delegation, it put in the hard work. It do what they call and say diplomacy. It go to South Africa. It talk with the South African government, say withdraw your candidacy. You know, politics now give and take. So South Africa, it deliberate, they talk with Cameroon and it talks, okay, if I withdraw my candidacy, where do you get time for me? You scratch my back, I scratch your own. They talk, they arrive at a consensus. Cameroon to go for the other countries, them, they talk diplomacy. And also the Duam, by the time where the African Union, a one should on now, for consider all the other candidates them, for select who will represent the African bloc as the president of the General Assembly. By that time now, there was no contest. Because by that time, Cameroon don't do the fantastic diplomatic legwork where it produced the results. The African Union, they should on down now, they vote who they go send them now for represent the African bloc, and they vote His Excellency Philemon Yang. Now, because it being the only candidate from the African bloc, there was no contest because it being Africa you turn for head the General Assembly. So, come September 2024, His Excellency Philemon Yang will take his position as the next president of the General Assembly. Now, international diplomatic victories and this way Cameroon don't win them. Cameroon will acquire loan for execute for execute projects in the Anglophone zone. Before you want to apply for any loan or any financial package or whatever from the World Bank, you get to spell out exactly the details of the project, how much you need them, how long the project will take, if na road, how long the road be, now what location, position where the road day. They need to know all of these details them, and then they go do feasibility studies. They go because they don't want scammers them. People the way they go just can't write any stupid project them, and then they just finance them. No, it doesn't work that way. This is the World Bank, so you get to tell them all the details of the project where you want for run them. And Cameroon don't apply for do project for Bamenda. The World Bank, it don't grant them the project. It don't give the money. So what's the amber terrorists? They be there where they do international so-called diplomatic offensive. Where they be work and make noise for una, they be fufu una talk all kind nonsense. Oh, Cameroon economy don't do this. Oh, Cameroon no fit do this. Oh, we don't cripple CDC. Oh, economic sabotage. Oh, make your territory ungovernable. All of that noise. At the end of the day, the only person or people them where they cripple their economy, they sabotage their economic output. Now the people them for the northwest and the southwest region. When I say they don't destroy CDC, they don't burn Sonara, they talk all of that noise. No, now Cameroon that way still stand strong. Now Cameroon that way still stand strong. Cameroon your economy it grow, and despite other external factors them like COVID-19, coronavirus, where it impact every single country in the world, it caused economic recession around the world. All global economies that still recover from the coronavirus pandemic. But Cameroon, they don't come out of the pandemic despite the Boko Haram terrorism in the north, despite Ambazonia terrorism in the southwest and the northwest regions. Cameroon economy is growing. These are facts, these are realities. When I go check them out, when I feel loan money for person we know if it pay, ask yourself that question. The International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, the Islamic Bank, and all of these international financial institutions, they fund projects in Cameroon as we speak. The United States of America, Canada, the UK, they signed international trade agreements with Cameroon during this Ambazonia terrorism nonsense. These are facts. You can go verify them. If you want, just Google them. The UK trade agreement with Cameroon, which year they signed them? The Cameroon High Commissioner for London, Mr. Fotabong, when a Bangwa man, that he signed on behalf of the Cameroon government for the trade agreement just a couple of years ago. And I bet say when I know, say the Cameroon High Commissioner for London, na Anglophone, na Bangwa man. Yes. Now he signed the trade agreement. Google them. Pictures there for day. During this Ambazonia terrorism madness, international diplomacy, hey, internationalizing the struggle. Hey, now we control the land. But everyone else in the world understands that Cameroon gets sovereign power over that territory. They deal now with Cameroon. International trade agreements, businesses, financial aid, military aid, all of those things, they're coming in. Time when they will not be talking, oh, Donald Trump, hey, AGOA. When I go sing that song, say they don't move Cameroon for AGOA, all that nonsense. What impact did it have on the Cameroon economy? None. The next president will come, Joe Biden. What did he do? He invite President Paul Biya for Washington, D.C. and all the other African heads of states and heads of government for a summit. President Paul Biya be there. with the first lady. When I don't see the pictures, they be hide them for una. When I don't see them, what's the international diplomatic nonsense where they talk? Oh, they don't sanction Cameroon. Oh, they don't sanction Cameroon. When I know be see them, Minister Paul Antanganji no day for America. Minister Felix Bayou them and they just called now the ones when the Anglophone people the way we go sabi them. Minister Paul Antanganji na Minister for Interior, Akuman from Northwest Bamenda. Minister Felix Bayou for Minister for External Relations in charge of the Commonwealth. Na another Bamenda man from Old Town. People the way we sabi them. Anglophones. Pa Philemon Yang, Okuman from Bui Division. Anglophones. When they do the so-called international diplomacy, what's are the result day? Financially, International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, the Islamic Bank, and all of these financial institutions, they still do business with Cameroon, they still lend the money, they still execute projects them inside Cameroon. So when I don't achieve weighty, with all the lies, the propaganda, the misinformation, the fake news. Oh, when I don't cripple CDC, when I don't do this, Matt tell when I CDC, yes, the production for CDC, it be dropped to about 20% for 2018-19 at the peak of Ambazuna terrorism. Today for 2024, the production for CDC, it don't go back up to almost the levels where it be there at the beginning of or before the Ambazuna terrorism. Okay, all of these things, now statistics, the way they be verifiable. The CDC don't bounce back. They pummel them. They all the Cameroon industries them and which way they bring in revenue from the northwest and the southwest region. Where the Cameroon government it make revenue from taxes, from the economic output, it's coming back to normal. So when they make that noise for Facebook, when I go make the noise today, when I go tire, evidence there for una. If una be get the powers with una international diplomacy, why una not stop the election of Philemon Yang for go head the General Assembly? Why una not stop the American president making no invite President Paul Biya for the World African Heads of State Summit? When I say they don't sanction Cameroon ministers, they go do this. Canada go sanction. America go sanction. What are the sanctions a day? Una no say 2 weeks ago, as the Philemon Yang, it did for New York, for United Nations, for the election, for the General Assembly presidency. Of course, it be there for them because now you candidate now they go elect them, or now they be elect them, and now don't be elected. When I think say no be there New York, they don't do the sanctions them. When they talk about sanctioning high government officials for Cameroon, how I mean, can you go higher than Pa Philemon Yang? Can you go higher than the Prime Minister of the Republic? Can you go higher than the President of the Republic? So they don't sanction who? When I name me one. The other day, Paul Antanganji be there for America. The other day, Pa Felix Bayou be there for America. The same America when I said don't sanction them. The other day, as I talk, Pa Philemon Yang dead now for the same America. The other day, Prime Minister for this current Prime Minister, Joseph John Gute, he there for America. They sanction them now how? When I stop for they make noise, they confuse people them. But I saw it now when a big gullible way, they talk all these things them, some when they don't believe them. But now evidence this way will provide them for that. And that project it will be executed. Right now, as I talk for the Bamenda Babanju Road, it don't be almost completed at the top because now road where me a waka. I pass that road. No, I'll be there for Bamenda for October 2023 now. Just about 7-8 months ago. I'll be there for Bamenda. No mean as I be picking for Northwest. I come and go as I wish. I be there for Bamenda a few months ago. I walk that road during the construction. Amber sheet no white blast the no fit pass. Even for disturb road construction, for disturb the no fit disturb football match. African Nations Cup for Limbe. It take place for 2-3 weeks. They play match. Come on, go stay for hotel and Joker. Go play again. Come on, go sleep for hotel and Joker. Go play match for Limbe. Stay for hotel for Limbe, stay for hotel for Boya. Amber terrorists, they no fit disturb, just for disturb. They no fit disturb the construction of the roads. Baba and Jubamenda road, they no fit disturb them. And this project too, they go can't construct them. Amber terrace, they no fit disturb them. When I know how their power day, yellow taxi, now their power that. Taxi people them. People the way they even be disabled. When I pull disabled man out of the taxi, born in taxi, now for day ambassador terrorists their power day. They wait for burning corner. Where military come, they run, enter bush. When military come pass, they nyati climb on top road. They wait. When Clando come, they jump on top, point gun for the driver I face because they know say the driver no get guns. Kidnap the driver, kidnap the passengers, them take and go bush, go collect 500,000. That is Ambazonia terrorism. Now for their power day, they don't get no political cause. They na pockets of armed bandits. No political cause, and they don't get even that where they be making for 2018-19. It don't exist anymore. Now just armed banditry. That's what it is. They just look for motive for stop people them, harass them, seize their motor, burn their properties them, kidnap people, then go bush. That's all they do. So Anglophones them, when I get the knife and the yam and the ball is in your court. If we want for free on ourselves of Ambazonia terrorism, we go free on ourselves. If we want for continue for the suffer, we go also continue for the suffer. And another thing, I don't post and say, now not the time for the people them, the lovers of Anglophones and the Anglophone elites and the Anglophone general population, because it concerns all Anglophones them. If we really want for put a lasting solution, put an end to this nonsense of Anglophone problem, as we call them, then now is the time for come together, bring ourselves together, do the legwork, do the advocacy, do the diplomacy where it be required, get the support where you need them from all quarters and all walks of life for convene an Anglophone conference. Anglophone conference where it could be inclusive, it could get the plurality. That one difficult word for pronounce them. The plurality of all sectors of life for the Anglophones them. From Ben Sikinans to taxi drivers them, to Okada riders them, to Mami them where they work Jama farm, to the funds, the traditional rulers them, to the elites, to the ones where they in government, teachers, lawyers, all walks of life, convene an Anglophone conference. Be honest and deliberate and diagnose the Anglophone problem. And then come up with a solution. Remember goal setting. Goals have to be smart, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Come up with smart goals and objectives, and then come up with an achievable, reasonable solution. Independence is not achievable, not in 1,000 million years. Independence or whatever is unattainable. Don't even go there. Because I would rather start civil war inside Cameroon than for allow that nonsense to happen. We don't demonstrate them unequivocally to ourselves. The incompetence, ineptitude, wickedness of the Anglophones. We are not capable of ruling ourselves. That is a fact. When the British, they be talking, when I be cry say, oh, the British, they talk say, will not be viable for be independent. But we don't can demonstrate them for ourselves 60-something years later. And we still demonstrate them daily today for 2024. We still demonstrate and say we will not be capable for be an independent state. So forget about independence. I don't talk my own. Today na number 20 day for June 2024. Una good morning, my country people them. That is a fact, my country people them. But I know we talk too much. I don't want to take too much of our time, my country people them. So I go read one or two more comments then. And then I want to play one small short video and then play back from anthem. Then we'll end them. So we'll get Vinyan Yango. It said this one is show say almost all the bike people then for Bamenda now Amber terrorists. Almost all, you're 100% right. You get Bobga, Bila, it's Amber terrorists in the diaspora. I think I don't really read that. I don't read that comment before. So when I listen, my contributor for this short video.
Extortion, harassment, and Program Zero never stop. I agree with an update from Kendem, we have Nakola. For that side of my 24 from Kendem, we get information where as na the siam for screen. So I about send the boy them for the me they go there, go lay mommy and papa then, force them me they give them budget. Now receipt that. Now one of the receipt in that way they don't send them for me. I like and so when I ever want to talk with evidence on the siam. That person don't pay monthly 10,000. ADF they go back for day every month. They go for day every month. Go cash mommy and papa there, lay them, talk say this so they must pay money. So when they pay 5,000, so when they pay 10,000, so when they pay 15,000 every month. Every month. Now wait that way it happen from Kendem. Now wait that way it happen from Kendem, my 24. I don't want to talk about they control them. Where they for road for that side for Tibet. People they don't decide say Amazonian struggle again, they know they did not hold hard to take budget for people there. We ask them say that people they take budget from them, they get how much?
So that one na Bobby Chess boy. Na Bobby Chess boy that my contributor. So yes, I want for play for now this one last video, and then we will wrap them up. My contributor. Want to play now one last video. Yeah, when I watch and listen.
Is all the nation against the Northwest. As a matter of fact, the Anglophone crisis is all the nation against the Northwest. As a matter of fact, it should be tagged a Northwest crisis. It's not Anglophone crisis. It's Northwest crisis. And this should sink deep. And until we accept these realities, we're going to be beating the air. The reason why they have forcefully put a Bakwere man at the forefront of the crisis is to drag the Southwesterners into this thing. They are not part of it. The earlier we know that the Anglophone crisis is the 9 regions of this country against one region called the Northwest region, the better. As the days are going by, subsequently we will change the name from the Anglophone crisis to the Northwest crisis. The Bamele case in this country are ruling the business world. That is because they have tontines everywhere and they support each other. We as Anglophones were into the business world. How many Anglophone has lifted up an Anglophone? I've traveled to other countries. You go to Nigeria, there's something called apprenticeship in Nigeria. If the Igbos are ruling the business cycle in the world because they have a culture that you don't rise alone, you rise with somebody. People sell under masters, masters settle them. It becomes a culture in the Igbo land. And that's the reason why, even though the East is a minority in Nigeria, lesser than the West, which are the Yorubas, and lesser than the North, who are the Hausas, they are the ones that dominate the business world. It's to let you understand that it is not the demography or the population of a people that determines their strength. It is their collaboration.
Number one, my country people, Dr. Weti. Listen, whether or not you accept, my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong. So, Ambazonians will thank my country people for the wonderful job. Now, we'll go ahead.
Hail, hail, hail the Kumkumasa. We the Cameroonians, we pledge our loyalty. Kumkumasa, Kumkumasa, you shall free our country from terror. And your blessing shall be like the stars above. The Most High God shall be your guide.